99 cents each when you buy any meal.
At Long John Silver's, you're gonna get your wish. Go fish, Long John Silver's.
Go for the great fish and chicken combo at Long John's, now just $2.99.
In Ottumwa, tune to translator channel 23 for better reception of TV8.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Good morning.
But
Should we echo
did that.
Twiggy's response?
Stars of the new series Princesses with our theme this morning. Welcome back to CBS This Morning. I'm Harry Smith.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paula Zahn. Our look at the new season continues in this half hour. Happy Days mom, Marion Ross, stars in another series set in the 50s. And our Steve Kameko has a backstage preview of Brooklyn Bridge,
Which is getting some really great reviews. And if President Bush is still looking for points of light, he should be watching, because this morning we're going to meet a whole family of volunteers.
Right now, let's get caught up on the day's news. Secretary of State Baker is sounding a bit more optimistic this morning as he presses his plan for a Middle East peace conference. Baker held a hastily scheduled meeting in Jordan early today with Palestinian Representative Hanan Ashwari. Baker said they made some progress, but he also indicated that the United States is still not willing to yield to any of the major demands made by the Palestinians. Back in this country, President Bush says he does not expect another Desert Storm, but he is determined to make sure Iraq complies with UN demands. This morning, I talked with two leading senators, Democrat Albert Gore and Republican Richard Lugar. Both endorsed the president's policy, but disagreed on whether the U.S. needs to oust Saddam Hussein from power.
Our longer-term objective there will not be gained so long as Saddam Hussein's regime is left in power.
Clearly, the Saddam situation remains serious, but Saddam is contained there. He's really not going to go anywhere. And in due course, he's very likely to meet an untimely end.
Senator Lugar said that that could come soon if Saddam makes trouble for UN weapons inspectors in Iraq this weekend. There is a report this morning that the Yugoslav army has launched a major assault on the rebel Republic of Croatia. A huge column, nearly 1,000 tanks and armored vehicles left Belgrade for Croatia today. And Croatian television says the army attacked 3 villages near the border with Serbia. A new study by Congress has found a strong link between a person's ethnic origin and that person's ability to pay the doctor's bill. David Dow reports.
America's 20 million Hispanics are the nation's fastest growing minority. And when it comes to health care, it's least insured.
To a large degree, the jobs they have don't give them access to private insurance, and many Hispanics are too poor to buy it on their own.
Government investigators have found that at least 1/3 of Hispanics have no health insurance of any kind. That's double the rate of the population as a whole and bodes ill for the level of health care. Doris Ariasa, employed but poor and uninsured, says she called 6 clinics recently before finding one that would treat her baby daughter's bladder infection. The key question always, do you have insurance? Faced with such adversity, thousands of poor Hispanics now jam the emergency rooms of public hospitals for routine health problems, hoping for care they can't afford otherwise.
Most of them don't have any money, and even what they call the ability to pay program charges $30 to $40 a visit, and that's just too much for a lot of the families to even make.
You speak English? Huh?
In other cases, doctors say they're seeing emergencies that shouldn't become emergencies.
If the patients had adequate preventive health care in their communities, with physicians able to take care of them because they could afford to pay for the physicians, they would never need to come to the emergency department.
A Latino congressman says Hispanics face a crisis in health care that helps doom 1 in every 4 to a life of poverty. David Dow, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And finally, a poll in Esquire magazine indicates men would prefer women to consider them winny and wimpy rather than sexy but dumb. But then the men polled chose Clint Eastwood as a role model over Woody Allen, Steven Seagal over Ralph Nader. The men also believe they are better mates than their fathers were, but their dads were better dads. Figure that one out, Mark, at 25 minutes before the hour.
Huh?
Better mates than their fathers were, but their dads were better dads.
Okay. Boy, Esquire. This weather segment is sponsored by Mountain Grown Folgers Coffee. Folgers, the best part of waking up. Couple of birthdays, the beautiful and talented actress Sophia Loren. Ah, yes, she's 57. Boston Celtics president Red Auerbach should light up one of his traditional victory cigars. He's 74 today. And psychologist Dr. Joyce Brothers is 63. All right, better mates and dads. Sounds like a new cereal or something. 52 degrees in Albany today, 60 in New York City, 60 in Chicago. Autumnal weather. Ah, yes, and autumn is around the corner. You can feel a nip in the air. Get thee to a football game outdoors this weekend. You're going to see rain down through southern Florida, rain across coastal New England, but in between, sweet real estate, as we call it. Very, very sweet. Down through Texas, southern Texas, into New Mexico, Arizona, southwest. Going to see some scattered thunderstorms.